To Toastmaster Time, the show that has everybody talking. I'm Dave Orris, and it's my pleasure to be your host for this edition of Toastmaster Time. Also with us, as our evaluator, we have a multi-talented Toastmaster, great speaker, community-oriented, and also just a good all-around person to have on the team. Please help me welcome Happy Skywalker. Hello, Happy. What are your expectations for today's show?
Thanks, Dave. I expect today to be a great show. We have a couple dedicated Toastmasters who put in the work to save their club, and one extremely clever Toastmaster who used her mind to save herself.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I understand they have an excellent presentation for us that a lot of club members are eager to use. So let's bring them right up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our first presenters are working as a team today. We have Patricia Fuqua and Cynthia Stott. Please help me welcome them to the show. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Terrific. Thank you. And how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here on the show. And I'm really excited about what you're going to present today. I've got a little taste of it beforehand about rebuilding clubs. Let's talk about that a little bit. First of all, what club do you belong to?
We're in Heart to Heart. We meet at West Oakland Library second Saturdays.
And Heart to Heart is a specialty club, correct?
Yes.
And what is it that makes it special?
Well, we really cater to spirit-conscious entrepreneurs, government officials, as well as business professionals and other people who would like to come and be in our love bubble.
Okay. And so over the course of time, you noticed a decline in the club size, and then you worked to...
It was pretty sudden.
Yeah.
Okay.
We showed up and they were all gone.
Well, obviously that you've realized that there was quite a value to have that club because of your own experience in Toastmasters. You've been, how many years have you been a Toastmaster?
Since 2004.
2000. And Cynthia?
2007.
And how has Toastmasters helped you in your everyday life?
Well, it's helped me tame my seagulls. I used to have seagulls whenever I had to speak in front of audiences. And so basically now they're all lined up, so it's much better.
Okay. And you?
Well, I actually left a career at the Federal Reserve of 18 years and became an entrepreneur, and I'm an international speaker mentor.
Okay.
So Toastmasters has been everything to me.
Beautiful. Well, I'm eager to hear your presentation. While you get set up on the speaker platform, I'm going to tell the audience a little bit about what to expect here with Toastmasters.
All right.
Great.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been said that practice makes perfect, but guess what? It does not. All that practice does is reinforce whatever habit you are repeating. What makes perfect is performance, evaluation, and adjustment. And that's what makes the Toastmasters program so valuable and effective to its members. Tonight, our evaluator is going to help our members become more effective. Please help me welcome back Happy Skywalker. Hello, Happy.
Hey, Dave.
As our evaluator tonight, you've got a pretty important task ahead of you.
I like to think I'm up to it.
Okay, well, I kind of feel that you are. So what are you looking for in our speakers tonight?
Okay, so Cynthia and Patricia are doing speech number 10, which is aimed at inspiring the audience. So what I'm going to be looking for is something inspirational to appeal to the audience to tap into their noble motives. I want them to get the audience to want to achieve something more or bring them to a higher level in believing in something, and to appeal to the audience's emotions, their needs, and what they want to do using stories or anecdotes.
Sounds great. Then let's let them start inspiring us. Ladies and gentlemen, Patricia Fuqua, Cynthia Stott, from the doghouse to the big house.
When I came to the Toastmaster meeting in about, August of 2013, I was looking forward to a great meeting with my friends and hearing fabulous speeches. But there was only little old me, Cynthia, and a couple of other people. I said, what happened? And we didn't know what happened. The people just suddenly weren't there. And we discovered that they had other plans and they had moved in another direction. And so, as a result of that, we had to come up with a plan to make sure that heart to heart could continue. And we did it. We as we were together in our mission to make sure that this club survived because we had gotten so much out of it and we were so pleased with it. And there were 3 basic techniques that we want to share with you about how we brought this struggling club from the doghouse to the big house. Now, the first one that I want to share with you is our clipboard method. Both Cynthia and I are entrepreneurs, and we have used this particular method to collect email lists. And so at every single Toastmaster event that we went to, the TLIs, the regional meetings, we brought a clipboard and we gathered names of people that we would invite to come to our meeting. And so we used it very, very effectively. In fact, it became such. One fellow said to us, I really wondered when you were going to ask me to sign that clipboard because you've been asking everyone else. So people really started to begin to look to be invited. And Cynthia is going to tell us about the second technique that we came up with.
Well, I was inspired one day in my kitchen at looking at my coffee cups in the cupboard. I was thinking, how can we bring more members? And suddenly I got this idea. You ever had that happen right in the moment? You're looking at your coffee cups and next moment you have a brilliant idea. So I called up Patricia and I said, hey, Patricia, what if we offered a bonus? We are both entrepreneurs and we have great programs and we have programs that our people would probably like. So we could invite them to join Heart to Heart and we would bonus them in with our programs. Mine was Deepen Your Message, so they could deepen their speaker message into the message of their heart and soul. And Patricia's
was Deepen Your Dating. I'm a dating relationship coach. And I thought, well, this is perfect. I can offer them a program that will help them deepen their dating the second time around. And so together, we devised a way to invite people to come into our club for a year, and they would be bonused this program, either mine or Cynthia's, at their choice. And many, many people signed up. We presented at the area contest, and we got the whole clipboard filled up. And then we decided, well, we have other techniques that we've used as entrepreneurs. Let's show them that way to grow membership. And at one particular meeting, Cynthia was able to share the Facebook group that we have been using to create buzz. And Cynthia, tell us about that.
Great. So we put together a Facebook event inviting people to a free call where Patricia and I talked about Toastmasters International in general and what it could do for them, as well as Heart to Heart in particular. And so we got on our Facebook and we invited our local friends. And I think I invited over 100 Bay Area friends to join that Facebook event page to listen to our call and then to come to our open house at our meeting. And the two of us took the top prizes for the most people invited and the most people to come to our open house.
It was a fabulous event. I invited 30 friends from my dating network who could be public speakers and who wanted to come to a public speaking event. And it was fabulous. We looked out over the audience. The room was packed. It was such a great difference from that one day when we walked in there and there were only like 5 people in the room. And we were very, very pleased with that event. Now, when we gave our talks on the Facebook group, Cynthia and I would talk about the agenda of what could be expected at the meeting. And we would go through this for about an hour, and we would talk about the agenda. We'd talk about the general background of Toastmasters and Heart to Heart in specific detail. We'd tell stories about the people who have come to Toastmasters and become great public speakers and gone on to great public speaking skills used in their careers one particular engineer, in fact, hated public speaking and became an area governor and district governor. It was amazing. And that led us to the free calls that we started to offer to people. Cynthia, tell us about those.
Great. So these free calls, I started doing it back on 12/12/12, that powerful day where people thought we were all going to explode or else ascend. And neither really happened. But on Facebook, I only had 48 hours to advertise my business free call, and I got 50 people, more than 1 hour, from 6 countries to sign up. And we use this same method to grow our heart-to-heart membership and to really create the buzz online.
It was powerful. It was more successful than we ever dreamed. And the thing is, we have gone from 5 people in the room to 17 people in the room. So we hope, 18 actually, because we had one more. So we hope that we have shown you some details about how to grow your club, whether you're in the doghouse
or
the big house or somewhere in between.
Speech. Happy, I'm inspired. How about you?
Oh, definitely. It seems like these ladies put a lot of work in but got great results. So that's
Absolutely.
wonderful.
What a success story, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's interesting to me that what they're talking about is building a club, which is a group of people pulling together a community, and they're even talking about it together as a partnership. They're living those values of working together. It's natural to them.
Yeah. Did you notice the energy too? The positive energy that came out of that?
They bounce off each other really
Right.
well.
I noticed that added to the inspiration. What else? I saw you writing some notes there. What did you jot down?
Well, what we wanted them to do in speech 10 is kind of issue a call to action, get some excitement, say do a thing, and they really did. They gave a prescription of how to grow a club and kind of made it seem so possible and so real. Like they went from a 5 people in the room club to over 3 times that size, and it just kind of gives out that inspiration. Say, hey, this happened, it happened fast, we did it with dedication together, no one was alone. So I thought it was a great, inspiring speech.
They showed it can be done and offered hope to those clubs that are struggling.
Yeah, exactly. With
Excellent.
specific hope, like things to do.
Well, I think they did a great job. I'm looking forward to their continued success. We've got to take a quick break now, so we'll come back for our next speaker then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Toastmaster Time. We'll be right back.
Name an effective political leader in history who couldn't speak well.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
There aren't any.
Because when it comes to a disease,
Freedom requires leadership, and leadership requires oratory. You have to speak to be heard.
I have a dream.
It's all about personal growth and guts.
Never give in. Never, never, never.
Welcome back, Toastmaster Time, the show that has everybody talking. Our next speaker is a member of Rockridge Toastmasters in Oakland. Please help me welcome Debar-Ray Jones. Hello, Debar-Ray.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, Rockridge Toastmasters, and how long have you been a member?
4 years.
4 years. What can you tell us about the Rockridge Club?
We are a supportive, diverse, great group. So
Great
come
group.
out.
And why is it a great group? What do you like about the club?
We're very supportive, and we make sure that each person that come in our club, their goals are met.
That's very important. So you have a mentorship program, and you take people aside and help them
Yes.
stay on track. Great. And I understand you do other things outside of the club too. Is that right?
Yes. Once a month, we meet at a neighborhood restaurant and just get to know each other outside of the meeting.
I like that. Now, is this a specialty club also, or is it a regular Toastmasters club that anybody can join? And
No, it's not a specialty club. We take all comers.
Okay. Now, how has Toastmasters helped you in your life?
It made me more braver and speak up more and become a better leader.
Well, I can see where a lot of people would enjoy that.
Thank you.
Speaking of leadership, are you planning on going into extra leadership roles in the district soon?
Eventually, yes.
Good,
I like
excellent.
competing though.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to your presentation. I understand it's a humorous presentation also. Is that something that will entertain us to a degree?
I think it entertained, yes. I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, while you're getting ready on the speaker's platform, I'm going to tell the audience a little bit about the Toastmasters Club experience. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, currently we have over 300,000 Toastmasters throughout the world in 126 countries, and there are all different types of clubs. Surely you can find one that will suit you, and every club follows the same format, similar to what we have here tonight: prepared speeches and evaluations. That said, please help me welcome back our evaluator, Happy Skywalker. Hello, Happy.
Hello again.
So you're going to evaluate Debar-Ray Jones in her speech, and she's doing number 4 out of the...
Competent Communicator Manual.
And what does that mean? What are her objectives?
So speech number 4 is called How to Say It. It's a speech about selecting the right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas. Also using rhetorical devices, if you can, to try to emphasize and give some art, really, to what you're saying. And eliminate any jargon or unnecessary words that might detract from your message.
Okay. Well, let's start her up. How about it?
Let's do it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Debar-Ray Jones, brain power.
Bullying is on everyone's lips. Everybody is talking about bullying. I can't help but think to myself, what have taken them so long? In order to survive bullying, you have to be tough. You have to be tough in the head, because bullying is emotional warfare. I was bullied in high school, but there's also another girl who was bullied too. She used to go in the bathroom and cut herself. And I asked her, why? Why did you do that? And she said, she needs to let the hurt out. The only person that I was going to hurt was them. I thought about running them over with a truck, but I was in 9th grade and I didn't have a truck. Then I thought, I know what I could do. I can poison them. I can bake some cookies, put some Windex in it, and give it to them as a peace offering. But then I realized that wouldn't work either, because Windex would only make them sick and I wanted them dead. Then I thought, I could bring a knife and just stab them all. But then I realized that wouldn't work either, because all the blood would get on my uniform and my mom wouldn't like that. And then I had an epiphany. I know what I could do. I could shoot them. I could shoot them all in the head. After all, it would be so easy. You see, my crazy uncle, he was a hunter, and he had every weapon there was. I could easily take one, put it in my bag, and I could walk it to school. And I could wait for them, like they waited for me when they pushed me down the flight of stairs, when they threw water at me, when they circled around me and they called me retarded. I could wait for them in the cafeteria, and I could take off my hair scarf, tied it to the cafeteria door in a hood knot so they couldn't escape. And then I could pull the fire alarm and have them all come to me like sheep. 1 minute, they'll all be alive, and the next, like that, they'll all be dead. All of them dead. It would be so easy. The next day, it was time for my plan. I woke up. I got ready. I said goodbye to my mom. I went in the kitchen and I grabbed the ketchup bottle and I put it in my bag. And on the way to school, I swallowed 8 cans of soda to give me courage to do what must be done. And then it was 12 o'clock. It was time. So I headed to the cafeteria. But before I got there, I thought of one of the bullies, and she was heading to the bathroom. So I put the ketchup on my forehead, and I went in the bathroom, and I told her, this is chicken blood. And I know voodoo because I'm from Africa. And if you ever bother me again, I will follow you home, and I'll put a spell on you. In fact, I'll put a spell on your whole family and I'll kill your dog because I'm from Africa and I know voodoo. She backed up away from me. In fact, she screamed and left the bathroom door. She told the teachers what I've done. And I said, no, me? No, I would never do that. Anyway, they didn't believe her. The next day, I waited for them, but they didn't come for me. And the next day, they didn't come. And for the very first time, I felt free. Not that fake freedom. I'm on parole, but I still have to pee in cups. No, real freedom. I don't have to worry about eating my lunch with my back against the wall. When I walk home, I can walk home slowly. I don't have to jog home anymore. Months later, I told my uncle what I thought about doing. And I thought for sure that he would be angry with me. I thought for sure he would tell my mom and my dad. But he never did, you know. He never did. He said, you don't need a gun because you have brain power. Brain power. The funny thing is that I don't know anything about voodoo. I'm Canadian.
Oh, thank you. Happy I enjoyed that speech. It was interesting and humorous. Wasn't what I was expecting. How did she do on her objectives?
I love Debar-Ray Jones' speeches. She did so well, obviously. She was talking from the perspective of a younger version of herself, a student, and she used completely appropriate words for a young student. Nothing fancy was in there. It was very clear and simple, well organized, had a wonderful punchline, which wasn't even part of the objectives. It was like the icing on the top. So yeah, it was great. There was not a piece of jargon. I think the most complicated word she said was epiphany, which is a pretty common word.
Right, her word choices were very economically applied, weren't they?
Very, yeah, economically, exactly. No wasteful words at all. So if you were looking for a perfect how to say it speech, that might have been it.
Is there any area where you think she could have done anything differently or improved upon?
Well, I like that she had the I'm from Africa and I know voodoo, and then the I'm not from Africa, I don't know voodoo, I'm from Canada. If she could have built a little more into that and made it a stronger theme, maybe mentioning Africa earlier more than once. You know, just to strengthen it just a little.
I see. Okay. Well, I hope we can have her back on here again. I understand she also won a speech contest with one of her speeches.
I think that's what she has done every time she's entered a speech contest.
I'm not surprised.
For a while, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take another short break, and then we'll be back to wrap up the show. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Toastmaster Time, a production of Toastmasters District 57. We'll be right back.
Name an effective political leader in history who couldn't speak well.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
There aren't any.
Because when it comes to a disease,
Freedom requires leadership, and leadership requires oratory. You have to speak to be heard.
I have a dream.
It's all about personal growth and guts.
Never give in. Never, never, never.
Welcome back to Toastmaster Time, the show that has everybody talking. I'm here with our evaluator, Happy Skywalker. Happy, we've seen some brilliant speeches tonight, I think, and something somewhat unique. I've never seen a speech with two presenters giving it here on Toastmaster Time.
Yeah.
That's somewhat unique. We've also talked about different types of clubs.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked about specialty clubs and regular clubs.
There's specialty clubs. There's also community clubs, which is a regular club anyone's welcome to. There's advanced clubs, And there are, and advanced clubs are for speakers that are a little further along in their Toastmasters journey. But there's also clubs that are within employers too that are not open to the community.
Oh, the corporate clubs.
The corporate clubs.
Yes.
So there's a few different styles, different flavors of Toastmasters.
So there's really a club for everybody, and if not,
There
it's
really
possible
is.
to start their own club, isn't it?
You can always start your own clubs. There's new clubs starting all the time, but there's definitely a club for everyone. Each club has its own culture and personality. I've been in clubs that felt so completely different from each other, and it's because everybody brings their own and creates and builds their own community.
And so which club are you with now? Am I asking?
Well, I'm a member of more than one
More than
Toastmasters club, yes.
You must really like it.
Yeah, I do. I really do. I love Toastmasters. I actually first joined Toastmasters in the late 90s, and I rejoined, I got busy with life, and then I rejoined in the mid-thousands, somewhere, and then I rejoined again a couple of years ago. I think I might be a Toastmaster for life.
Well, they say that if you get out of Toastmasters, everything there is to get out of Toastmasters, you'll never get out of Toastmasters. I believe
love that saying. I
Well,
think
it's really true.
There's so much to offer in this. There's club contests. You can compete as a speaker. There's leadership roles and projects, and you can move up in the organization. There's developing your speaking capacity, going through the advanced manuals, and after you finish the regular manuals, there's so much room to
Something
grow.
for everybody. Well, my hope is that everybody finds Toastmasters and joins Toastmasters because it's such a valuable commodity.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
There you go, and they can join the other 313,000 members. Well, we're about out of time tonight, so till next month.
All right.
Thank you for your help today.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps you live in the San Francisco Bay Area or plan to visit and would like to join us here at Toastmaster Time. Contact us through our website, toastmastertime.com. Toastmaster Time is supported by Toastmasters District 57. To find out what else District 57 is doing, visit d57tm.org. To learn more about Toastmasters or find a club in your area, visit toastmasters.org. I'd like to thank our speakers tonight, Patricia Fuqua, Cynthia Stott, Debar-Ray Jones, our evaluator, Happy Skywalker, and all of the cast and crew here at the Media Center in Palo Alto. And for all of us here at Toastmaster Time, I'm Dave Orris, encouraging you to speak up, join Toastmasters.